All right, want to say welcome back to Mr. Dale Elliott I Never Knew TV. Fire, what's going on?
Well, go on.
A serious thing, man.
Yes.
Here with a new look, right?
Yeah.
We've been trying to link for a while, but the man is finally here, so we give thanks for that, right? We're gonna get right into it, right? When you visited the UK, right? Were you surprised at how deeply Jamaican culture and language are embedded in the Black British identity?
See, the thing, visiting the UK can be an eye-opener for a lot of people that's from Jamaica, because that is when we really realize how impactful colonialism is. The star in the UK looks just like the star in the reading, the paper look the same. There is a
Same layout.
same layout. You go to the market, somebody scaling fish on the side of the road, dirty. It look just like it look like Jamaica. There's a Darling Street. There's a Princess Street. It's the same place. From the see how Jamaica taxi drive bad. Same way how the black cab them drive bad. It's the same thing. So a lot of the things that we have in Jamaica that we consider tradition is as a result of colonialism. Even the mindset of people is as a result of colonialism.
Explain.
For instance, so there's a big difference between America and the UK, people-wise, negative and positive. For instance, in America, somebody will say, if I turn up today and say, I want to be a YouTuber. In America, somebody would be like, yeah, give it a shot. Try. You never know what can happen. Try. I find that in the UK, they want you to do more traditional jobs. Go get a job at the bank. Like, doctor. It's very structured there, where they hold certain professions to higher regard, as in America, where it's kind of just money. Find what you love and what make money. And so like you were there at Jamaica, and your parents were telling us, yo, yeah man, go to school, take up your book and make sure you learn this and you learn that. And while in America, you might just finish high school and then your parents say, yo, just go do what you love and hope it make you some money. So is the same setup, is the same structure as the UK where Jamaica is concerned. But when we go there and start understand the impact, may I realize, say, all right, then a lot of the things we have in Jamaica, like language, people in the UK can understand patois regardless of them color. Them can understand it easily. They don't even want me speak nothing remotely close to not patois. And it seemed weird to me. But I am learning that, remember, the patois that we speak is a mixture of their language.
Time English, fire.
Yeah, it's a mixture of a lot like Irish, and is patois mixed with them. So we culturally we can relate to England a lot. That's why we love over there so much. Space-wise, the place, the setup of the place, it rainy a couple times, but the people there culturally integrated. You know that Jamaicans are the first set of black people that was brought to England and the Windrush. So that alone we can use for sure how influential Jamaica is over there.
And what is it about wherever Jamaicans are that influence the environment so much? What's that about? Because you have other groups that go to areas, but they don't influence the culture that much. But it seems like anywhere there's a group of Jamaicans, they leave a large imprint on that geographic area.
Personally, to me, my youth, is Jamaicans and Nigerians leave the most influence in the world. And we are very similar with Nigerians. We as Jamaicans, the way how we grew up for be, can be like braggadocious or over here, we want to call it. But when we go in our room, it's hard for you not notice me. Like, even if me not talk, but the moment you pick up the accent, it change. Remember, you know, we influence cultures based off of activities that we do, you know. We influence cultures because we can cook. We influence cultures because of how we speak. We influence cultures because of how we talk. And the fact that we're fearless. One of the biggest things why we influence cultures, if you realize, you know, when a Jamaican man goes somewhere, a lot of race, a lot of like cultures, an Italian man will probably only date an Italian woman. A Jamaican man, I got date any woman him feel like for date. So wherever we go in the world, same for woman too. But we not like the top 5 most attractive men in the world, you know. You know that. So we are in high demand. No matter where we're there, we in a high demand. And is the confidence of how we speak, or how we talk, or how we move. And if you change that, are you really Jamaican?
Why do you think many Jamaicans, right, have a level of resilience that's kind of above the normal person?
Well, we can go as far as slavery. Because remember, the types of slaves that came to Jamaica was the slaves that resisted slavery.
Rough and rugged, you know?
Exactly. Jamaica was supposed to be like a death sentence for a slave. Is the slaves them that don't comply? Where them send them to? Them send them to Haiti and them send them to Jamaica.
And they down there breeding with each other, reproducing.
Exactly. So when you put Walla Shalaba and Shalabumba together and them go meet Millie Bumper, whenever they that take no talk, you're gonna give birth to a whole different race. And then is the mixture, because also remember, you know, we make use of everything our own way. So you also have to understand indentured servants play a part in how we operate as well. Because for instance, a lot of African people fast. You ever see a little Chinese man foot a move yet? Chinese man fast, you know. So when the Chinese come and them start mate and integrate with we and the Indian them come and we start mix spices. Cause curry and our own, and we start curry, and we make rice. But you know, probably we put the peas on it. So is a mixture of the cultures where we did have, where slavery, and then after slavery with the Indians and the Chinese people turn out to why we stay so. Because one, a Jamaica, me see first where you will have a road and you never have to go to the supermarket ever. Because the street have 5 different corner shop. Who will learn that from? The Chinese. We find a way to make we own thing and figure out what we are do. So everywhere we go, we are gonna make use of the environment around way. If we see a car, we are gonna know, say, alright, we have the car. Now I make the money, me go take it run taxi. We are gonna figure out how to do it. So definitely a lot of things contribute to us being the way we is, but is not today. I think when I look on videos with Jamaicans from the 60s and from the 70s, them still seem like the Jamaican them from 2020. The man them still talk the same way, still walk with the bop. Not it, like we might think we change, but until we step out and be judged by other races, we realize we remain the same. We are the same, no matter how we think. Rent a Dread still there Jamaica, now our Rent a Dread there Jamaica from 1965.
And I'm gonna ask you this, I wanna see what you're gonna say. What's your take on the Vybz Kartel Mania that's still going strong right now?
To be honest, Vybz Kartel has only been out of prison for 1 year now. You know that, right?
Facts.
So, out of prison for 1 year, and before he wasn't really allowed to travel, so to the US. So I think the Vybz Kartel Mania going to continue. Based off of just one, the love where I get from people. And the fact that, 13 year is a whole heap of years that's come from somebody's life. So if him come out and me see him travel and, me get one heap of reviews. I haven't been to one of the shows as yet because me currently, I do my shows them, but me can tell it's a fanfare. It's more of, you have to be there. You have to be a part of it. You want, what he's doing for the culture right now is amazing. I see, kind of crazy, but Vybz Kartel come out of prison and elevate the international representation of dancehall. And when I say that, I mean on the stage of, I am seeing Barclays Center sold out, Wireless Festival sold out, headline. And yes, we have great acts doing that, but not in the dancehall space. And the thing is not that we couldn't do it. It's just the fact that nobody done it. So now that we see Vybz Kartel do it, now Beanie Man doing big shows, Bounty Killer doing big shows, Idonia doing big shows. So it helped the space. Right now is a good time to be in dancehall. And it actually, the world is basically telling us what kind of dancehall them like, if we are be honest. Because now we are realize the renaissance of the early 2000s, 1990s dancehall, that is what people spending them hard-earned money to go watch right now. And that are the way people want to be a part of. So. And also, Vybz Kartel is showing the young youth them how we want to be represented in that's the representation me want to see for dancehall. Like me feel good for no say me can go up on Ticketmaster and buy a ticket for the Barclays Center because we have the population, the Caribbean diaspora is massive. And recently when I was traveling Europe doing stand-up, I went to Germany and me say whole heap of Germans are come out for watch stand-up. And I 100% sure that is as a result of music. When me go Amsterdam and Rotterdam and me say people come out, it's people who love dancehall, it's people who love reggae, it's music is boosting me. So when I see Vybz Kartel and Beanie and Bounty, them selling out these shows internationally, it make me feel good because it make me know that there's a market out there to consume Jamaican content internationally. And me feel good for that. So I am quite happy Kartel come out.
And there's an aspect we need to touch on, right? I'm not a Kartel fan, no disrespect, but I have to acknowledge that man's a marketing genius.
Oh, I am a fan of Movado. Look, I am a fan of Movado, but let me tell you something. What is due to Caesar, give it to Caesar. I respect how I see like 3 to 4 different evolutions of Vybz Kartel in 1 year. I see the Kartel that just come out of prison, Kiss Me Baby, and then Kartel that out every night on the internet every minute, and then all of a sudden it's like him say, wait, I mean him Kartel, you know. And him just become more reserved. And then him do the show, and then him touch foreign and him never look back. When I say never look back, I mean in terms of how him start market himself, what Kartel manage to do. And when we are talking about Kartel come from prison straight to DJ academics, but when we respect with Kartel though, his Kartel made sure that locally
did his rounds.
Him do the local rounds. Some people wouldn't Cartel say, hey,
And that's why I said, I'm not into the dancehall message, right?
Yeah.
But as I said, I have to give credit where credit's due. Whether you like the man, whether you dislike the man, whether you like his content, whatever, the man is a marketing genius, fire.
Cartel is a marketing genius.
That's what people need to study. I think they're studying the wrong things about this man,
Cartel
especially
understand
artists. How do you package your product? And another thing about him people don't know is that he actually has a team, right? But he really spends time on documenting his performances and how it's packaged and presented to promote other performances.
And it is obvious that he sees Cartel sees what people are saying, and he gives people what they want.
Facts.
It is so important. Just the fact that when the man come out, when Cartel did The Fix, him do Cartel did a couple Jamaican media, and then when him travel, him do American media.
The main spots he had to do, he did Breakfast Club, he did Drink Champs.
The Breakfast Club, the Drink Champs, DJ Academics, Kai Senat, Grammys. But it's not like we as Jamaicans can say we never get our interviews with Cartel. And for a man to do that, I can definitely tell that the Vybz Kartel that went to prison, I don't think he came back out the same person. I think he evolved and transcend into what he is today. I think Vybz Kartel was already a legend, you know. But now I have a different level of respect for him.
I don't know about the person part because I don't know the brethren, but in regards to his execution, he really, Buja Banton did it too. And that's why solitude is important. I ain't telling the man to go get locked up. But you need time for yourself because those brothers, regardless of what you think about them, they really utilize their time to plan and strategize.
Yes.
And they executed when they came out.
And they got help.
And I
They accepted the help.
And I think that whether you support the brother or have a critique for a brother, you have to analyze what they do great and adopt that. And I think anyone, especially artists in Jamaica, looking at Vybz Kartel, look at his marketing strategy and what he does.
If any entertainer, because I do social media, Cartel is involved in, Cartel utilize all those spaces. And we're seeing right now, Cartel has influence on the youth without a quote-unquote massive song. Just the respect and the influence that him have, to me, it infectious. The Cartel create a different space right now for dancehall music where not internationally we're always known as dancehall, but it wasn't a thing for us to go to Barclays Center to see dancehall artists. That wasn't a thing.
The only thing I've been looking at is that if it's a one-off, because remember, that's the 90s crew, early 2000, right? Because this younger generation is not making that type of music, unless it's a drastic change, what person from the younger generation will be in a position to do so and draw so many people out?
One, we can use a lot of factors to determine why it can be the 90s, 2000s people. First of all, we have to take into consideration what population right now is spending. Now, the younger generation, the Gen Z that is making music right now, can they really afford to go to Barclays Center to watch?
That's the next thing, fine.
So, exactly. So we have to understand the spending patterns of the younger people. Now, I am 29, which means Vybz Kartel, Movado, Idonia, these are the people that I grew up listening to.
So like a nostalgia vibe.
Exactly. Too. I can afford to go and watch a Vybz Kartel and watch a Movado. Now, we're talking about the youth now, where that might not be their priority right now. Just like when Buju, because Buju is out, and when I go to a Buju show, when I look at the demographic that Buju is catering to, is a demographic that is older than me. It's like maybe 35 and up. So it's just the demographic. And we can also use the fact that where marketing and structure is concerned, Vybz Kartel, Buju Banton, these are people that have structure behind what they do, and they understand a certain level of professionalism that they have gained with age. Dancehall sometimes gets a bad rep based off one, their, I would say, punctuality, professionalism.
You say total
Yeah,
unprofessional.
so total unprofessionalism. Now, it can be a culture of that where
We're about to go down the rabbit hole fire. We don't want to go down there. Go ahead.
no, it can be a culture of that. But guess what? Everything can change and is who the role models are right now. So this generation is very adaptive. They're just as lyrical.
They have a new standard to look for.
And they have a standard now. So now there is a standard, and we are going to see the ones that adapt to that standard
Get through.
is going to elevate themselves. Because also remember, Skilly Bang has elevated himself. Skeng is a performer to the core. His performance alone with the music elevate him. So we are seeing dancehall artists push through the door. There's a lot more right now that Armani, Valiant, these are people that they are seeing what is going on around them, and they're listening, and the ones that don't, we're not hearing from them anymore. But it's just the culture. It's just which side of the coin you want to remain on. Do you want to stay a Hellshire? Nothing is wrong with Hellshire. You know, the fish there is wonderful and it's perfectly fine, and the sun is amazing. But you want to stay a Hellshire? Or you want to go perform a Greece, where me just see Cartel do a while ago? But you have to learn how to adapt. And this generation will, because now they have the role models to choose from. You know, that is a... Me have faith in them.
I have a big concern about Jamaica. I have a couple concerns.
Concern?
One is that the decline in tourism is declining tremendously. I heard a comment by the guy that runs Jamaica Tourism saying that they could no longer, paraphrasing, they could no longer depend on America for people to come in. So they're trying to get into the South American and Middle Eastern market, right? Also, to the decline in remittances.
I would like to fact check the decline in tourism.
Real talk, right?
No, man, more comments. I'm not sure about this question, because the thing is, I use social media, and right now, them man they wear a massage them girl their body. Right now, I think Jamaica is the hotspot right now for tourism.
And I think that's one of the problems with social media, how things are presented, and it can distort stuff.
That's why I want to actually get the truth, but I understand. So
my concern is if your main industry, and tourism is tricky anyway, because when someone goes to all-inclusive, they're not necessarily spreading their dollar to the
exactly.
So that's tricky. But my concern is the remittances.
Yeah.
Because
all right, now let me explain something to you about remittances. Tourism, I think, I am not sure about it. I still think tourism are the main factor. Remittances, what I start doing from the other day is, when I find a problem, I try to find at least 2 to 3 causes of that problem, and then see if it's even a problem at all, because it might not be a problem. I don't think the decline in remittances is a problem.
Let me see, explain.
I believe there are now multiple ways to send back money. So, for instance, I can say I used to travel to America. I can open a bank account and go back to Jamaica, you know. I used to send money to my people that way. Oh, you have a Bank of America, I'm gonna send it to you. There's multiple ways to move monies now. Like I can have a VPN, I can go get Cash App with a VPN. There is multiple ways to get money to Jamaica. So I don't think remittances is declining. I think the amount of money
The traditional way.
that is being sent, the traditional way of sending remittances is declining. Because me still send money to Jamaica.
Before I ask you my WhatsApp question, right? But we have to acknowledge things are tighter up here.
Oh no, we have to speak. No, we're not done enough. So here with remittances. The thing is, with the economy now, when me young and live at Jamaica, people used to say to me, say, if America sneeze, Jamaica catch a cold. And I am noticing it now. For instance, during 2020, when the money printing boom, when apparently it looked like time did good in America, that it effectively make time good in Jamaica. There is a direct correlation between the money printing boom and the chopping era of dancehall. You see that mid 2020 to like late 2022 was the boom of chopper song. You realize, when the economy change, chop now, chop again, Realize that kind of cool off now.
Big time.
Because the economy in America changed. Now the money slow down. Interest rates high. Nobody now lend money no more. If you have to borrow money right now, it's hard. Now people are choosing what they want to do. People are choosing their experiences now. Thankfully, concerts get a boom during these times. Clubs get a decline. Nobody wants to go and spend no money, no $500-$600 on a buckle. So when me say me learn is a lot of the time we are noticing a decline in spending. When we see the decline, the first thing we should do is look for the increase. Because if clubs decrease in like attendance, bars will increase because people are just going to go and find a cheaper outlet. So if Western Union was charging $9 to send money to Jamaica, and I can just create a bank card and ship it to Jamaica one time, or just left a card and then me send it to them for free, we are going to find cheaper ways for certain solutions. So,
And I understand that, right? But just based on observing and hearing conversations, people not even looking at the cheaper way because they themselves are just on straight survival mode at this point.
yeah, but also, remember, remittances is mostly parents sending back to children. And we are I don't think the birth rate in Jamaica, children are born like one time. So if people not born like one time, remittances are going to go down too. Because me did wait, I never have no pitney, so me not no pitney at Jamaica send to. And guess what? Parents don't demand as much from children as children demand from parents. So my mother and father did have to send money come give me because I was them responsibility. Me not responsible for my mother and father. And me saying that I will take it up on my head. But if you say to your parent you don't have it, first of all, your parents don't even want to stress you. So whole heap of things can take away from, but there is a decline in remittances, but it can be a factor of the fees being too much.
Multiplicity of things.
There's a whole heap of things that can cause it. And I don't think it's something to worry about. I think it's just the change in the population. Things that change every day. And we have to roll with the punches or the change will come.
All right, you cut your hair recently, right? And I saw on your channel you gave an explanation back in July.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have a distance with time and space.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, what do you think is the reason, or why are the reasons you cut your hair?
Honestly, me cutting my hair was, I finally developed the courage to do it. I wanted to cut my hair for maybe the last 2 years, because I used to always say, hey, I'm cutting my hair either 30 or before. Because to me, dreadlocks was a part of my identity for fashion and for the admiration of a lot of the people that I look up to. But at the same time, it was just here to me. And while in Europe, traveling, the shows that I was doing in Europe and the heat in Europe, now me not say is England make me cut me here. It's more of, my grandmother said to me, say, yo, you see if your crown start fit you, if your crown starts scratch you, you need to change the crown. And me here did start feel more like it a hold me down. Now, me no mean it a hold me down career wise. It can be energies in me here. And me feel like the age when me start grow my locks to when me day in my life right now, me is not the same person. Me feel like me grow and me evolve, and it's just that me growing and evolving for me personally don't involve me carrying me here with me to the next level. I feel like that deal right now, this are the deal I want to be. Me just want the ballad deal.
You slightly mentioned it earlier, but delve deeper. All right, so when you're growing your brand, right, it kind of puts you in a box, and like you're kind of concerned of changing your look because people are so familiar with that particular look. Was that one of the pressures in regards to just the branding of Dale Elliott, especially on
That
social
was
media?
definitely a part of it, because remember, people call me Rasta Rocket from Sprinter, and then me I do stand up, and everybody now know me as, you know, the guy with the dreads, the Jamaican. And dreads is so significant to brand Jamaica that it just never seemed like a smart move to make. But as I said before, when you're looking at the cause of something, think about the positives to where is it changing from? Because I can tell you, when I cut my hair, so much people find me back. I don't know if I was lost, but when I cut my hair, so much people was like, yo, I'm cutting hair. And that it refreshing and to some extent.
And in the space you're in, you do need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do need a rebranding, because anyone in the space that you're in, always updating the hairstyle, changing the facial hair, changing the look.
Let me give you a joke. Because remember I'm telling you, I'm gonna be a legend, you know. I'll be a legend. Reason why I say that is, you see, how much versions of Michael Jackson you know?
Over 10, right?
You know Baby Michael Jackson. Then you know Black Michael Jackson will make Thriller. Then you know Bun Up Michael Jackson will do before him get white. So that what? That about 4. You know, when we talk about Vybz Kartel, we talk about 3 versions of Vybz Kartel, you know. We talk about Black Kartel, White Kartel, and Kartel now. Sometimes Kartel put in braids, sometimes him take it out, sometimes him beat the low fade. It's more about every person who has done something, they're only compared to other versions of themselves. Nobody, we not compare Cartel to nobody. We not compare Michael Jackson to nobody. We say, yo, you compare the black Cartel to the white Cartel. You compare the black Michael Jackson to the white Michael Jackson. When we are talking about sports, we compare the LeBron James compared to the younger one. We compare the Miami one to the Lakers one. You know, we compare the number 8 Kobe to the number 24. We compare the Manu Christie to the Madrid Christie. Me, it gonna be, you gonna compare the deal with locks to the deal without. And is a means of separation, and you see it happen in front of you. And you have to just know, say, yo, the field where me in, it dictate, one, if you're not strong and maintain your personality, you can be so caught up in one identity that you never get to unlock the next chapter in your life. So me cannot say, oh no, nah, cut me here because everybody know me that way. I want them to the other people them when I know me. So no, me have to think bigger than me here. Me here was a part of my identity. But deal is deal. You know?
I once heard you say, and I'm paraphrasing, Hollywood is not looking for Jamaican actors, right? And it really touched me because, one, it's not about the comment, it's the fact of accepting reality and moving accordingly. Too many times I hear people complaining about what everyone's not doing or what they don't want, instead of saying, "Fire, it is what it is, yo." What are we going to do about it? So one, I appreciate you acknowledging the reality of it, whether it's real or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you say, hey, this is the thing, and there are other things I have to do. You're not sitting around waiting for certain things.
No.
Question I have, that's why I rate you still, right? When did you come to that reality instead of sitting around? I hear too much fire. I hear too much complaining.
Mm-hmm.
I really hear too much complaining, fighting. Everybody talking about who fighting them down, who not doing this, instead of saying, where can I create my own lane?
Mm-hmm. Let me be honest with you. For instance, all right. Say I sat here right now and I did the interview like this in this accent, right? See how you laugh? How many of your viewers do you think would have a problem with it?
It would be tricky because it's mixed. Some would be comfortable with it because they hear you clearly.
Some will be okay with it.
Then the Jamaican one's now going to burn you out, say, why you there twinging and
Exactly.
yanking?
But guess what? At the end of the day, I'm Jamaican, right? And I know how to speak Jamaican. If you want other people to understand you, you got to speak so they can understand you, right? So I can do it either two ways. I can speak slow in my Jamaican language, and then they can understand me that way, or I can speak like this. Now, if I'm trying to get to a level where I'm doing this shit on purpose, I had to practice. This shit.
All right, how long it take you to get that one, yeah?
I think it's terrible, honestly. I think my American accent is terrible. It's not a vibe. It's not a vibe. You lying, and the comments is gonna let you know you
lying. It could pass clear.
But guess what? It took time though.
Oh, they're a coach or something? They just did that to me.
Nah, I was just stubborn. Problem is, a lot of us, we come here and we don't really want change, and it's like a fear thing. So for instance, I'm always gonna be Jamaican. I'm always gonna speak Jamaican when I want to speak Jamaican. But if I feel like I don't want to talk Jamaican right now, I'm just not gonna do it. I'm known as a Jamaican. I think I'm one of the ones in the social media space that pushes Jamaica.
It's like I'm looking at AI right now. It's
in
really
some of the most
out,
positive ways. It feels weird, right? I'm just doing this on purpose.
I know. Continue. It's just really weirding me out.
Because people say that we don't want to change. And I did the show. Last time I did your show, somebody said in it that, hey, if he's so smart and he's so articulate, why does he not have the brain cells to try to speak to the masses so they can understand you?
Well, they went that hard in the comments.
Yeah.
Section. Bless their souls still.
Yeah. Nah, I appreciate it. I like critique because it makes me think. And I'm here. This is where I live. And I want to be a legend, right? I need to be versatile. And the box that we get put in sometimes as Jamaicans is we need to stay here and only serve this brand of people because Bob Marley did it and he never changed how he spoke. So it's like we're stuck right here. And a lot of the times we being stuck right here is our own people keep us here.
Typecasted in a sense.
No, not typecasting. It's more about, say I go to a Jamaican show. I'm doing stand-up comedy. Depending on the room is dependent on what accent I'm going to give them. So if I know it's a bunch of Jamaicans in the room,
Go deep
I'm going deep Jamaican. But there are times that I'm in front of other people. I can't go all the way Jamaican.
They're going to understand what you're saying.
Exactly. But it's fun because I can talk like this and then my punchlines being Jamaican. So I can be like, yeah, somebody that said, go suck your mother. And they laugh. Cause now it's different. Now I got range. But I can just be on one level or I find a way how to mix it. The thing is, we will never not speak Jamaican. And we will never not represent Jamaican. But you have to have range. I am an actor. And where I was falling short and where I had to hold myself accountable is I never had any range. I put myself in this box, this Jamaica box. So when I said Hollywood don't want Jamaicans, I could have been the problem. It's me. Nah, learn how to do nothing else. Because maybe them want me as a Jamaican to do something else. And the person where them want have to have range if can do something else. But if we don't try to get that range, we stay in that box there.
All right, before we continue, how'd you get the accent? No, it was really, for those of you, it was like I was sitting here, it's like some AI was playing out a speaker or something, but he was talking. It was super weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did you develop the accent?
How you want me to answer? You want me to... You
Do
want
it
it
in
to
the
not
accent.
do it in the accent?
Do it in the accent.
All right, honestly, it's really... When you surround yourself with people from different cultures and different states, you really want to understand the people in the room. And then you get to keep the Jamaican in your back pocket to pop it out because they don't know it's coming. So it's like I can be in a room and we all talking and there's nothing special about me. But then something happens, I'm going to say, Bomba clot. And all of a sudden, this Jamaican dude in the room. Because the difference is if you don't know how to mix it, because we all don't get away with knowing how to speak dead Jamaican and nothing else. Some people can, some people can't. Some people got one level. But it's me being around a bunch of people that, one, no matter how I slow it down, they can't understand it. And it takes away when I'm trying to land a point home. Like I'm trying to, hey, you need to understand what I'm saying right now. And some of the times you speak in Jamaican, they tied up in the allure of the accent. They're not even listening to you.
The whole point of your business is for them to get the joke.
The whole point is I need you guys to know what I'm saying, who I'm saying it to. And the box that I was putting myself in is I go in a room, I'm doing an audition. I go in the audition with a Jamaican accent. They ask me questions, I answer with a Jamaican accent. I'm walking away, later, Wagwan. Full-blown Jamaican right through. They get so caught up in what the Jamaican accent is that there's nothing else to me they see nothing else. They don't see no other range except for how I sound. And then they're gonna be like, if it's not music, I can't market that. I'm not a musician. A lot of the people that they say don't switch their accents are musicians. I like hearing Jamaican music. It's easy to understand. Try having a conversation. It's different. If 5 Jamaicans in a room, I promise you, the person who's 6 that's in the side listening, he don't know what the fuck's going on. Sorry for the bad word. Him don't know what take place. So we gotta bridge that gap.
And you know what's wildfire? Because you know, like Muda Baruka, certain people with heavy accents. So I put the captions on there. Now it's more, people don't understand it costs more for production. Technology has improved now, so it's a little easier. But even if it catch it, you still gotta go in there and fix it. Right?
Exactly. And people don't want to do that.
But
that's more work.
This is the beauty of it though. He has reached such a broader audience, and people have a deeper understanding of what he had to say because of the captions. Now some people say, why are you putting on the captions? If they don't understand, they don't understand, which is cool, right? But there are a lot of people on earth, and everyone doesn't understand the language.
Yo.
And are you trying to spread a message, or what are we trying to accomplish?
What are you trying to do? Are you trying to get everybody in to understand? What I learned as an adult now, what I used to worry a lot about what people think, until I realized that the world is our oyster. The world is big enough. There's millions of people in the world. Some will hate you. Some will like you. But it takes nothing away to go up to somebody's level or go down to somebody's level. To understand them and what they're doing. So we can't just have that one mindset there in our head. And it take a lot for me break out of that. And it's a fear.
It's a fear, and I think that travel plays a big role. Many people, unfortunately, are just stuck in a bubble in a very tight spot. And
You just answer it.
and it's it breeds not just ignorance, but it's a fear of the unknown. Because you can have that in your own, you can have that in Jamaica, right? Because you have different communities and just different ideologies and cultures, subcultures within the culture. And what you don't understand, you have disdain for. The beauty of traveling now, when you actually travel and speak to people, you're not locked up in some hotel, is that when you talk to another person, right, you really see those similarities, you know? And I think that, like, travel is so important. Everyone can't travel. Give thanks for those who can. But those who travel, especially when they travel at a younger age, they have a different perspective of the world. They have a deeper understanding. I'm not saying tolerance like you accept everybody.
Trust
but
me.
they have a deeper understanding where, yeah, I may not rate what this person doing, but it's a respect there. At least I could try to understand what they're doing and just learn. But it's not that. It's almost like
Travel opened up my mind. Travel changed my mindset tenfold. I am not the same person that I was before June. I did 13 shows across Europe in June by myself. Traveled solo dolo. All the countries, took the train. I met friends, find different gyms to exercise, use different methods of transportation, like way different. And I have been traveling consistently since I was like 20. I've been to Spain. I've been Spain, England. I got England, Spain, France, Belgium, Amsterdam, Netherlands, Germany, Ireland, Panama, Brazil, Cuba, Bahamas, America, Canada, Mexico, South Africa. And these are places where when I go there and me come back is what opened up my eyes to realize that, hey, this box that we live in, but it's just our box that though. That's the thing. It's what makes us Jamaican. It's what our identity is.
And that's a pro and con of it, because what happens now is that you feel that your understanding of life is the supreme understanding of life and way of doing things. And that's not the case. And a person needs to understand that in regards to cultural ideas, different cultures have different ways of doing things. Not saying you should accept everyone's culture, but that exposure lets you know that you can take pieces and add it to yourself to develop yourself. I'm not telling a man to adopt. You get what I'm saying?
But also too, as I said before, a lot of us suffer, especially some Jamaicans, a lot of us suffer from survival guilt because we've seen different and we know different, and we know that unless the other person sees it, they're never going to understand. So you know what we are going to do? We are going to remain the same, to remain in that box, because some of the time it make you feel away.
People are scared of being lonely. Because with growth comes fire. Certain people just gotta fall off in regards to you just cut off certain things. But
that's the most painful part.
That's the painful part. So they're aware that they saw someone else experience that. They saw someone else make a transition or grow, and they saw how people dealt with them or how they spoke with them. So that's in their subconscious. They don't want to experience that. Survivor's guilt, right? Have you dealt with survivor's guilt?
Not to a big extent. Not to the extent that I know I will deal with it by like next year. But in terms of when you are around a group of people, say you are around them, you've been around them for 5 years, and you experience something else and you view that different, you are no longer going to fit in with that group of people. And this is where so much rich people end up in prison, because you move out of the ghetto. You don't have nothing to do with the ghetto anymore.
Why are you going down there for it?
And you still a go there, but guess what? Me have to go there, my friend them, and this is where I come from. So remember, we don't want to forget where we come from. Just like how me using my American accent, that's like me go, say I go to Jamaica, if I talk like this, it's almost like, oh, you think you better than us.
Blasphemy.
It's like, why are you doing that? You're not supposed to talk like that. So it make me growing up in Jamaica, coming here at 20 years old, they know damn well I got a perfect Jamaican accent. So if I come here and I talk like this, you know what they're gonna say?
Sell out. Compromise.
Illuminati.
Yeah.
Me sell my soul.
Diddy. Fire. I want to go back to this, going back to the hood thing, right? And that.
The fact that I said hood.
Yeah.
Pun it up. Because I saw them out. Them say, hey.
Hood, yeah.
Hood,
yeah. We talking about hood.
But me being here, like in a Jamaica, that did sound, me I wire up that.
Yeah.
But me there America. A regular man say, yeah, where I'm from, my hood.
Yeah, we're not going to say hood again then. All right, Garrison.
No, me not say don't say it.
No, I know. I'm just.
Me I tell you say it because
the people along.
Because this is something me I get one heap of flack for, just to use the regular English language.
Check this now, right? I think that what people don't understand is that, and I'm not saying, I don't want to say all people are not happy for your progress, right?
No, people are happy.
All right, but it seems that, unfortunately, in my experience and what I've observed about man, the closer you are to someone and the more you grow, the unhappier they are. That just seems to be the formula, right? And I think you mentioned earlier how much people go, back to their original state and end up in prison. People feel obligated to people that no longer have an obligation to them. They have a disdain towards you because you've done something that they have been unable to do. They almost take it as a smack in the face, like it's personal, like your success is some direct thing towards them outside of you just living your life.
You want to know what's crazy?
Hold on, Fire. Hold on. When you're around that type of environment, when people generally don't want you to progress, it doesn't work out for people. That's what they don't understand. Like, they don't understand because you have this obligation towards these people, but these people really have a F you at this point. The love is not there. And that's how a lot of people find themselves in problems. Now, I'm not saying you can't go around your people, but you have to have a high level of discernment and strategy when you're moving around certain people. Because unfortunately, people are not happy for people's success.
Yeah. But also, I don't even think the people that somebody would say unhappy, but some of the time the people themselves don't have an idea of what is going on. They're just being themselves. Because, for instance, your family love you. I surround myself with people that love me. I have people right now that I know love me, that don't deal with me, that me don't deal with. And the craziest part is, a lot of the times we talk about having to cut off people. It's very easy to cut off somebody that you feel don't love you, or that you don't love. It's the hardest thing to cut off somebody that you know deep down only want the best for you or only love you. That more painful than anything, because you are not the problem, they are not the problem. It's just time when you just can't work right now. And
I want to say that's a cutoff then, Fire. That's a break.
yeah,
That's a
but
break.
it's a for some people, you have to take break for grow. So when somebody would have said to me, say, me not go Jamaica in 7 years, and me come a foreign with papers, me can go back and forth, but me I take a break and me I put in the necessary work so that when I do go back, I am going back a different person from when I left.
Fire want to ask, why haven't you gone back to Jamaica?
So, I haven't been back to Jamaica as yet because I have a lot of things that I want to do here and that I want to accomplish before I go back.
And make it clear for people, you could travel, you could leave and go as you
I
want.
can travel.
All right.
I can travel. I'm a dual citizen. But at the same time, a man has a period in his life, or a person have a period in their life when they need to make certain sacrifices. And a lot of the times, we go and seek instant gratification without making certain sacrifices. I think I suffer from delayed gratification because I think I can go back to Jamaica right now and do what I need to do. But my mentality is, whoever is in Jamaica, parents-wise, if there's an emergency, I can deal with that from here. I don't know if I will be able to deal with that from there. And also, I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm touring. I am developing a brand. To me, I develop a brand for myself, and I want my brand to transcend the box but at the same time bring the box with me. Because the box super important. Anybody, and we can look through history, as a Jamaican, if you ever disregard this box that we as Jamaicans have, you will never prosper. You have to stay. So you see, locally, that energy, if the diaspora not rock with you, you're not gonna know it. No care how good it is. Because everybody check for the acceptance from the diaspora first. That is why you see a lot of international artists, even if you're Jamaican and live a foreign, you try to go boss at Jamaica. So, because if Jamaica people are run with you, you know you're good. We're the hardest place in the world. So, it's just the science of bringing that box with we. And there is multiple ways how to do that. It's just that some of the time, if we not be careful, we mindset can keep we in there just by listening to, if 100 people in the box, just by listening to 10 people in the box, we don't know better. You know what I mean? Like, I receive a whole heap of positive with me here, so I cut it. But there was some people where I said, yo, you're mad. Why you do that?
You brought up another thing too in regards to the importance of distance. And I see this with artists, specifically reggae artists. When you surround yourself, you have your little crew in your bubble that's constantly praising you, you get a distorted view of your skill set and your value to the market, right? And I feel that I only can speak about Jamaicans because this is what I've seen and observed personally. Mm-hmm. I've seen so many people with talent not meet their full potential because the 5 people that they live around or they par with all the time are constantly praising them. Mm-hmm. And it distorts the reality of themselves. So sometimes you need to be in you have a support system, but you need a healthy, realistic support system that could tell you when you're doing good and tell you when you're doing wrong. And what I notice in certain cultures and certain environments is either one extreme. It's either everyone's telling you you're good, Fayette, or everyone's telling you you're wrong.
But guess what? It's only it is in a lot of people's nature to remain, because you're not going to notice all the good comments there. But you see that one bad comment, it will stick out like a sore thumb. So to me, it's more of the people that surround you. You need solitude. You need to remove yourself from the environment that, I don't want to say love and appreciate you, but you need to create a distance. You need to find a middle ground. What I say, I mean like an environment. Say for instance, you live in New York and you are the most famous person in New York. Move to
hit the road.
Chicago. That because in that state, you cannot do no wrong. And most people in that state might not hold you accountable based off of your body of work that you've done there. But when you move, and I can tell you that was a magnificent effect upon me when I chose to live where it's not predominantly Jamaicans. And when I chose to live somewhere where the average person, like Fort Lauderdale, or where a Jamaican I got sit with know me, it's like I feel like comfortable because you see but you don't even have to be praised. It can just be the constant recognition, you know, like the possibilities of me having a friend in New York or Fort Lauderdale to get me in a party and to move around or to have a certain link to do this. It's easier because we are where we are comfortable. But when you go in a different environment where now you have to go make friends there, start from zero and build up from that, it make you look on things a lot different. A lot of people just want to be where them get praise all the time. And if you get praise all the time, so you get a rude awakening, because you see the day when you start get chastised, because you will get chastised, you know. The internet and people, it's natural. Today, you might say something and everybody love it. Tomorrow, everybody hate you. We have to accept that. You know, no care how positive people talk about you, they will not agree with everything you say. And they probably loved you for 10 years and you say one thing and them turn. So when you make that your own bubble, say for instance, and this can happen to musicians. You are a local talent and you pop off as a local talent, and because of all the love you get here, now, first show you get $100,000. Second show you get $100,000. But guess what? You want to go out, you want to party. Now, if you start partying, and I am the promoter, and I know that I can see you around the corner 5:30 every week. Every week you play ball round the road. Your $1,000 gone to 50,000 now. But guess what? You have a fresh new set of people where live in our next community. We never see you yet. If you in this one community and then them turn against you, and the other people in the other community here say them turn against you, you're done, you know. Because now you don't have nobody. Nobody on your side. And what important too is interviews. I feel like the space, we're getting to a point where we can know people now. And there is a mystique to it, but people want to know people. Not everybody do. Some people we need to keep mic from them. And somebody in the comment can say, yeah man, keep the mic from Dale. Because me believe, say me just never want to see someone talk on a mic. Because I don't want to change the perception that I have of them.
Once they open up the mouth, the perception gonna change quick.
But it's not, and guess what? I learned to accept it and know that it's natural. Because whatever you think you judge somebody for, somewhere you, in your subconscious, have done it before. Is the only reason why I can't recognize it, you know. The only reason why a man can't recognize bad mind, you know, is because him did bad mind already, you know. But guess what? It's what you do with bad mind. For me, if me see somebody and them a do something good, and me say, John, no, you me not like that boy there, you know. Me nah go make him know me not like him. Me I go work. Me I go just back and say, alright, yeah, me need to figure it out. Me need to, you know, me nah go find a reason as to why him a do it where him there. Bad mind contagious. You have to cut that out of your brain. When you feel like no man in this world can tell me say they never feel a toops of bad mind a creep around them and you have to fight it. You have to say, yo, you're a good youth. Hey, what you do? You have to shake up them things because we are human. It's what you do when the feelings come about.
I think in regards to bad mind fire is definitely a learned behavior, and you grow out of it. Like
this is a learned behavior.
That's a learned fire. It's a learned behavior. Because remember, if you grow up around people, right, and these are just conversations you hear all the time. Someone comes around, you know, they have something to say about that person. This person have that. They have something to say. So you just think this is normal behavior. If I had to learn to be happy for a brother's success, and I learned it through basketball. So I learned it around like college basketball. So say 19, 20, like my sophomore year. If I'm telling you real talk, I learned that, you know, this man had nothing to do with me.
Him not do you nothing.
He really, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when you come around, I just show you nothing but love, yeah, right? Your success don't have nothing to do with me. It's not taken away from me.
I will learn that.
But that's what I'm saying. It's learned behavior, and unfortunately, most people aren't in a position or environment to learn it. Because I think it's an easier lesson learned when you're a progressive person. Because there's a respect amongst progressive people. Not saying we're gonna like each other, but I know you had to fight and struggle, and I know you got a resilience in you to do what you did. And you could look at me and know the same thing. So it's like, I mean, I like this brother, but it's a respect. Because I know he got that dog in him. And I know he been fighting.
And that is that's very important.
So that's why you can't, it's hard for people to, because if a man's sitting around all day, it's hard for him to understand that because he never fought for anything.
He never do nothing
Never
yet.
did nothing. So I can't really knock him that he has that mind frame because he can't process it. He himself has never stuck with anything and did it. He thinks it's easy. He thinks you're lucky. He think this just happened.
Yeah, but we also can talk about, remember, you know, don't feel like it's the man where don't have nothing but mind, you know.
I understand that still.
So my time I man with the right side of you.
Well, I understand that still, right? But the thing is that, all right, let me clear up the argument. The person that never did anything, I can't have any expectation for him to clearly understand it, right? The man that is doing something then, that's a different story.
Him not have the time to think about that.
That's the next factor too, Fire, because it's like, I don't have time. I'm a pirate. So anytime I see any aspect of a person that's doing good that I can adopt and apply to myself,
But learn it.
that's the only thing I focus on. So I don't have time to, it's not even time. I'm not even that space to even have that thought about a brother. But I do pirate people's things. I just learned something from a brother the other day. I said, yo, you know this man real efficient, bro? I need to tighten up because I noticed he did small things. Like he just really good at like small things, and it's just something I need to add to myself. I need to get better at like replying to stuff quicker and doing smaller things. And I saw another brother doing that.
And you learn.
Yeah, because I was like, this brother, you know, you run a tight ship, you know, and I need to boost up what I'm doing. I'm not looking at the man saying, oh, no, like, bro doing this thing.
And guess what? Some of the time is a lot of what we learn, especially for me, with the level of work me do, the fact me have to balance my content, me have to balance my podcast, me have merch, me keep on, me have roll, me just a move with the punches, is things where me learn outside of my culture. Is things where me learn from my Armenian friend, my Chinese friend, my Mexican friend, where me used to think as a Jamaican we work hard, you know. Hey, let me tell you something about Mexican. We not have nothing pan them padre there, you know. Let me tell you something. Tell you something, I know a Mexican man named Manuel. Yeah, I'm telling you this. Brother, Manuel not like grass, we high. Manuel, me see them man they build kitchen in all half a day. Them man they can't stop work. Me I say, yo, how you do this? All them man they want is a corona. And me used to think that me is a hard working youth. Mad. You ever see a man pull down a car engine and put it back in about 4 hours? That's a 9-hour job, you know. 4 hours. Pull it out, change transmission, clean it, rebuild. We always, trust me, no matter how efficient we is, there's somebody doing it more efficient. And the problem, what can be our problem, is we are scared to ask questions, are scared to observe. If I come in here and I see you have a system that I like, first thing me I gonna do, me I gonna say, yo, me rate this, you know. What kind of lens that? How you get that look here? And then, if you know me as somebody where I gonna do it, you gonna tell me. Or you gonna show me. Because certain things we not have to even ask.
I think I've been saying this for a while now, but I think, you know, they speak about segregation. I think the biggest form of segregation is access to information and access to example. You're fortunate to be in a space or be around someone that does something at a level that you can learn from.
Mm-hmm.
That's a privilege, and most people don't have that privilege.
Yeah,
if you really think about it, you know.
But guess what? You will carry people around you, and people will come around you.
Hello.
There is nothing more heartbreaking than when somebody meet you, know your work ethic, see your work, you bring them round you, for them continue the work, and they start pulling you down.
Remember we spoke about that earlier.
You have to let them go.
The expectation now. I think sometimes when you're progressive, you have a we project. Not saying that it's wrong, but it has to be more calculated. We project our work ethic and commitment on others, and I think it's wrong for them, and it's wrong for us.
That was a big moment for me.
Yeah.
Me working with people, like, opening company, Dale Elliott Entertainment, open my production company, Elliott Media, and me pushing forward and understanding that I have to maximize the person's ability around me and respect them for that. So if the person is a great photographer, their lane is photography. Once me ask them to do anything outside of that lane, I might can't reap the 100% benefits out of them. So I have to accept, so this is what they're good at. And some of the time, it make me sit back and second guess myself and think and realize, hey, Dale, maybe you are the problem. You are the problem. You are the problem why you don't notice that. Let's try to get the best out of each person and stop trying to think everybody can do everything like you. You see, like how you fully comfortable with us both away in that room here, and you're capable of doing that and that, and you can monitor while we are talking. And
This man can't do that, fire.
And you feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And guess what? You probably try have a second already, and the second make it worse. So till you have to drop him. I will go through the same thing. I will in my studio. I may try fix all of the camera them, and me learn it, and then me try hire everybody. Now me hire a sound person, me hire the videographer, me hire the person for monitor the switcher, and then the sound person come in and forget to press record. And when me I do it by myself, me never forget to press record yet. The man where I monitor the switcher press one and forget to move it. Now the video depend me head side the whole 2 hour. So there is one heap of things that can happen when you introduce other people into a system that is already working. But what I learned some of the time, once you are introducing people to a system, some of the time it's better they're strangers to you. They're strangers to you. Because when they're strangers to you, they're just trying to keep a job and make a relationship. So they're going to be early. They might go work efficiently. They might go make sure so them put them best body at work to you.
Fire, it's the thing I got to bring up too, man, before we cut this topic, is that I noticed that a lot of our brothers don't respect you as a brother. So as a black man, they don't have the same respect and work ethic they would do for another culture. That's what I personally experienced. I've seen it with my own eyes, right? So even though I paid more than another person, treat you with the utmost respect, they just don't have that respect in their subconscious for another black man, and it comes out in the work.
And it can be familiarity.
That's the next thing too.
Familiarity.
Know you, fire.
When them know you, familiarity and protocol. Because understanding, somebody teach me this. You see, structure and protocol is something that I never really have. Me used to just kind of do things. And then Fern would tell me, say, all right then, Dale, this is how you do things. Boom, 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 boom. Follow the structure. And me used to be like, no, me don't want this, me just want. And then she'd say, no, this is the plan, this is the execution, this is how we're going to do it. You see, when you introduce or you enroll somebody into a system, them operate different. So, say we hire somebody, the first person you meet in the hiring process cannot be me. You can't talk to me first. Go. You want to work for me? Look for the application for Indeed and fill it out, and then go talk to another person, and then you come meet me on the day for do a trial run. So now there is like about 4 stages you have to complete before you even submit the work to me. But the thing is, when you have brethren and you have friend,
You know what it is, Fire? We grew up with this cowboy thing, yeah? The cowboy brethren thing, and there's no system in place. It's like you're doing something, right? And you know this person, whether they could do it or they can't do it, you just bring them in. Because that's the culture that we grew up in. And it don't work at a certain level, and it don't work in this time.
oh, it no work.
It don't work back then.
It never worked them time there.
That's
It
what
never worked, no.
That's the thing, because if you see any growing up, any business or anything, you just had people there and there's all these complaints. But in reality, in retrospect, the people who were there just couldn't do the job. That was the source of the frustration, the arguing. The people you hired are not equipped to do that job.
The only way it work is if you 2 hours and a equip.
Yeah.
I really think.
Yeah.
Only way it work is if you 2 hours and a know how to do. You see, if 2 persons say, yo, my introduction into comedy, perfect example. I started comedy in theaters. Contact, Fern, which was my tour manager at the time. Fern, no know nothing about nothing either. But the 2 away.
Just trying to think.
2 hours say, here what? Alright, bam. I go do the theater. Now, if she did know something, she would have said, I think we should try to get into a comedy club and start small. No, but because we don't know nothing. Because as a comedian is supposed to have a solid 5 minutes first, then he have a solid 10, and then he builds to an hour.
You just don't go out there with
I started with hour.
Yeah.
Because me no know. Yeah. And then because me have somebody with me we no know either,
just trying to think.
We just try a thing. Yeah. So it work when the 2 people them don't understand it, but when them understand each other. No, with other people, if me in here, so I may have a whole system set up. Like, me I try hire somebody for my studio one time, and them in my studio, and I say, yeah man, so what are them thing here? And the man look for me dead serious. Man say, yeah man, me know the sandbag. I couldn't believe it. The only thing the man could have tell me what him say is the sandbag. I said, this can't real. No.
You know what I noticed, Fire? I noticed that since I've been in a position to employ people, I don't know if it's bravery, Fire. I don't know if it's lack of shame, but people really apply for stuff they have no understanding of. Any availability that's there, and they'll look you in the eye and just tell you anything with the hopes that, you just put them on. But that's what I have noticed. That
I will do it too.
Yeah. But that's what I've noticed.
You will throw me we go into the fire too. So by the time we have to step out of ourselves and just look and just be like, yeah,
Sometimes you can luck out though, because some people that learn quick and just have a good work ethic and solid people, they turn out to be very solid people.
Solid people with good work ethic. Yeah. But the thing is,
and they can learn.
When we learn too, not care how much you want it for somebody,
Yeah, that don't work for it. You already know that don't work.
But always never forget this. In every single thing, always try to see where you was the problem.
Big time.
Or you are the problem.
Because I had to
multiple things made though when me know I'm the problem.
And I'm glad that you say that, because that's one of the aspects too I really developed in the last year in regards to I was always a big person on giving people space to work. I was giving them too much space, right? And also too, I was just too nice with like messing up. I was too understanding.
Yeah, it makes you want too much.
Yeah, I was too understanding, and it kind of it kind of get out of hand, you know. So those are things I had to tighten up on. But you know, you learn and be
Yeah,
truthful with yourself and evaluating, you know. And
live
getting
and you
better.
learn.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to realize, say, yo, we not perfect too.
Big time.
And anybody wherever have any encounter with we must rub somebody the wrong way and them have a perception of we and we don't even know.
Big time, you know.
So we have to accept that nobody not perfect. So they have to sit down right now and somebody hit me like poison and them and say, yo, Dale owe me 5 bills and me didn't even remember. like perfect example. One day, I have a youth that work with me, and me so focused on the job. When the job done, I don't think me did buy him no food. Whenever it just but me the man when me at work, me no eat food, so nobody around me no eat. And me there home, and me hear like my brethren link me once and I say, yo, you know, say the dog say, yo, you know, the man have around at work all day and him didn't even buy me something to eat. No, but guess what now? Him saying that to somebody can make me look like Jano. But guess what? Maybe if him communicate with me, say, Jano, Dale, you know what I say? Because I remember, you know, when me at work, me not think about food.
And last thing,
So now a man I say me work him and not feed him.
the last thing I want to say on this topic is that people aren't confrontational like you think. People don't like hard conversation. So you see in that situation, unless instead of the man just asking you right then and there, say, yo, fire you buying this food?
Yo, we not eat it, you know.
They go back and tell the next person. That's why I really question people. Like people don't, I don't know. I don't want to say they're not confrontation. They don't like addressing issues.
I suffer from that too sometimes.
Yeah, that's not my thing. You know, I mean, I think that's the thing people don't like about me, maybe because I just like, Friday, we gotta talk about this. I'm not talking to nobody else. We're not talking about this later. You know, we adults, we need to talk about this right now.
Me have hard conversations all the time because it make me can't sleep at night
Yeah.
if me no get it out. Because to me feel like, yo, if you talk we are adult, make we talk. And then if we are talking you can't do it, me just don't talk.
Most people don't have that skill set. I think I would say most people fight. Most human beings avoid it. And that's why so much people have problems, because most of the human problems is misunderstanding because they never communicate.
If you just say, yo, hey.
Because when someone's talking, I have to ask them numerous times to make sure that's what they're saying. Because what they're trying to say is not coming out sometimes. So you have to ask them numerous times to say, you know, that's what you're trying to say. And as they say it more, they start to change, because initially that's not what they were trying to say. So if I was to accept the original comment, now we have problems. Because they're speaking from not at a rational point yet. They just talking. And you have to ask them, fire, that's what you're really trying to say, or this and that, because miscommunication, fire. So many people are dead and gone. So many relationships broken. Miscommunication.
Just because we just never see eye to eye the way I say. We see it all the time. Me go through it all the time. And me feel like me as a human, I've been on both sides. And when me say something and them look into it the wrong way, or somebody says something and me just completely disregard. But a part of life, and it's a learning lesson. Me feel like as humans though, and I don't know if it's a man thing, but I feel like we as man need to try understand each other more and people more. But I find out that is something in common with a lot of people that is trying to progress. When you really want more for yourself, you start notice other things where you can do better and where people are do better. You start realize you different. Just by your mind frame, you start realize, oh, yo, me different, you know. So is it that me I go do what me I do in a solitude, or me try influence more people around me? And most of the time, it better you go do it in a solitude.
All right. So you're 29, right? I'm not sure if you're mixing and mingling. I saw you do some things in the UK where you're talking reckless to some young lady. Plans on getting married anytime soon?
Yeah, man, I get married. I get married. So, the UK show, it's not real enough.
No, I know it's not real. I could tell it's a vibe.
It's scripted. It's just a vibe, you know.
Yeah.
That was just, you know, I was just showing people my range,
Yeah.
you know, where and that's a persona that I can definitely give off easily, if me want. If you want, me can be all a different character in all them interview. Just for the fun night, me can pop up next week and do something crazy, and we have to understand how to do that. The field where me in, there's multiple personalities, but marriage is definitely super important.
So you're not an anti-marriage person like these people out here?
No, I'm not anti-marriage. Me not anti-marriage. Me not anti-family. No, if we are gonna talk about like where you are gonna lose, craziest part is if we are thinking about marriage and the first thing we are thinking about is what we are gonna lose.
You already lost.
Me not even think we lost, because as man, and if you have any brain cells, you have to think about what you are gonna lose. But a lot of the times when we think about what we are lose, we now focus on what we are gonna gain.
The thing is that, like, I think the losing part usually comes from someone who's divorced, someone who has a bad experience. So it's a bias thing. I think it's online, at least, right? I think a lot of people, when they think about losing a marriage, they don't understand what they would lose, or actually what they could lose, and also what they could gain.
I still think prenup important.
Yeah. If you have $2, prenup is important.
If you have two, me genuinely believe prenup important. And me genuinely believe that if you're with a woman and you feel like you choose the right partner, she's going to think it important too. Because remember, when I have a child, if you're not going to start family, you're not going to have a child, certain things have to be in place. So, whoever you date, supposed to have that in mind, even if down the line.
Why do you think your generation has such a bad look on marriage?
Data. What do you mean bad look? Data.
Continue. Go ahead.
We are making it look like, no, we're not going to sit down here and go on like marriage has shown favorability in the recent years towards men. It's not. We're seeing it on the internet. But at the end of the day, we're a man. We love woman. Me, I got married. Me, I got have all of them to make sure take everything.
I have a question about the argument with the favorability, right? How many other aspects of our lives don't have a high percentage of success, but we still partake in it?
How many other access?
How many other aspects of our daily life has a high failure rate, quote unquote, but we still partake in it on a daily basis?
A lot. But guess what?
So why, the question I asked though, is like when people bring that up, continue.
The ramifications of a bad marriage is detrimental to the physical and mental well-being of a man. Reason why I said this, marriage is such an important choice for a man make, because let's use data. If there should be a divorce, what if you're somebody that prides yourself on family? Imagine the father that is used to going to work every day, and when him come home,
Nobody not there.
when him come home, him son or him daughter run to him and hug him up. Imagine the father that wake up, go in the kitchen, and him wife a cook, and him son a play game, and him daughter a hug him up. Imagine that is him whole motivation for go out there and work, you know. Now, when a marriage dissolve, the woman take that from him, you know. And when she take that from him,
Play with that too.
no, so remember, it can be good woman too. It can be a good woman. But when the woman take that from him, he still has to fulfill those same responsibilities that he had while being married to her. So she can take that from you, as you still have to take care of me. You still have to take care of pity them. Me I gonna make you see them when me want you see them, or we gonna go to court. So now you work same way, twice as hard, with nothing for work for. And that can be a bad situation.
Do you think that's why do you think people are thinking that deep for their disdain for marriage? Do you think people understand the ramifications that you just explained? That's why they avoid marriage?
Yes.
You think that?
Men. I think men. You see, remember we can also be biased too, because remember divorce affects women. Divorce affects women. But what we don't talk about is women divorce because of what take place in the marriage. When a woman divorce, we don't have enough data to show say she fall off of one cliff. She divorced, she have to pity them, and them. I don't know if I don't even know if them women normally remarry. But what I know is that over 70% of divorces are initiated by women. And I'm just going to go out there on a limb and say 80% of marriage initiated by a woman too. When we say initiate, woman initiate different from man.
Sure.
Woman drop the word, hey, let me tell you this. 3 years now, I don't know what some people are doing. Not a time for waste, Hey. Don't feel like an initiation that I take,
Hint, hint.
You look a hint in.
That's the indirect proposal.
And until you do what you're supposed to do, and then you left. But marriage, super important to me, and that are the most. I think marriage is the most important decision a man can make in his entire life.
It is. And I can say that if you have a good wife, or they use partner now, that's the modern word now, as a partner. If you have a good wife for you, it's a blessing.
Exactly, because
It's
now
a
you
blessing.
have a partner.
You know what I'm saying? So now if you don't, sound like it's a curse. But I think that's why they're twofolds. I think that you definitely need wise counsel from proper elders, not all old people, and with the vetting process.
Yeah, because some old people think them have knowledge.
No, they don't have it.
What if old people out there think them have wisdom through them all?
No,
Not because you're 75 means say you can tell me the right thing.
Big time, So I think that with the marriage thing, you have to do your due diligence. You have to do your due diligence with yourself. You have to do diligence analyzing your partner. You have to do your due diligence analyzing your partner's family and doing your intel, finding out what's going on.
That part there.
Very, very important. And I think the more you develop yourself, because I don't think any man can mature to heights of maturity without being in a relationship with a woman. Marriage and kids fire, the patience level, the maturity. No, seriously, it's not. I'm just serious. Like really, you just have a deeper understanding of people, the level of love, and some people never experience that due to the relationship that they're in, but many have. When you have that, right? So I think that but I know that I'm not. I don't want to say I know because people don't like that. I don't think you can reach your highest potential as a human being without a long-term relationship with someone from the opposite sex. I'll just leave it at that. Whether you want to say marriage or not, I don't think you can meet Dale Elliott. I don't think you can meet your full potential as Dale Elliott without a long-term relationship with a female. Because there's things she's going to show you or instruct you on and help you on that the male aspect, you can't get it. And there are things you provide for her too that she can't get as a female. She need that masculine vibe, that masculine insight and energy. We can't go around that.
That's why man and woman coexist, you know.
All right.
That's why we need each other.
You really do. And yeah, I know it's a lot of confusion and people have their bad relationships, so I can't speak on that. But if you can be blessed to have a good one, it puts you in a different space and a different level.
But the craziest part about it is more about when we see more divorce take place, we just wonder like, all right then, was there ever any? Can you have to see the lows, you know? Because enough of the time, like me wouldn't tell no man where you have $50 million you go find love.
Different situation.
You're not gonna find no love with $50 million.
Tricky.
And me can be wrong. But when me see your man talk about apple on my eye, me have 20 million, me not look for no apple. Apple. Me not buy that, man. Me can't buy big apple put in my fridge. So when you have them level of money there, man.
I think there are men in with society that unfortunately due to the wealth that they accumulated, it's very hard
For them find love. If them never start with the love.
Yeah, it's very hard because anyone can look bypass all your problems, whatever's going on.
Nobody now see that.
Yeah, because you're providing such a level of security for them that they never had before, right? And whatever you don't provide, they may be getting it somewhere else on the side, and they just work with the program.
Here, what kind of divorce me can agree with? You see, like Jeff Bezos' divorce, she deserve every dollar. She could have get half. Because she did it with him and she did it when him not have nothing. She build with him. You know, but you meet a man when him have $50 million, you don't deserve half my money if you never have nothing. If you never did it, don't come say, oh, the sacrifice we make. What kind of sacrifice you make? You meet the man when him have $50 million. That are probably one of the main reasons why you want him. And it's completely natural for woman. Men don't attract to, we're not attracted to women because of power and status. We're attracted to women because of beauty, how them care for it. A woman attracted to a man, looks, power, status, respect, security. And majority of women just say a while ago come with money, you know. You have money, you have power, you have respect, you have status. So, you like, if a 5 things them did need, you gone 5 of them, you gone 3 of them already. No, she will find something else for like, boy, you trust me. She gonna say, him face ugly, but me like him nails. She gonna work with you. So, when you hear people, bet man them if you have some money, you're rich. Boy, I go find back the girl where they love in high school or one woman where they know a long time where you feel like. Cause you go find one brand new girl right now.
As a comedian, right, you kind of have to be a psychologist. What's the biggest thing you learned about people and yourself since you started doing stand-up?
The biggest thing I learned about people and myself is that we have a lot of things in common. And as humans, we think we're special. But at the same time, a lot of people have the same stories as us. We just go through it in different ways. So, it's just how we transmit that story and relate that story to people. You know, anything can be funny. But there's a difference when somebody feel a connection of, oh, I went through that as well. And the laugh look different. The interaction with them feel different. Which is why my current tour named Son of an Immigrant. Because is a position that a lot of people find themselves in right now. Look at the climate where we're in right now. Look upon where we're going in the world right now, where immigration is concerned, how much fight immigration I get. So, as a comedian, it made me realize, yeah, you're special, but trust me, you know, you are just one out of the 8 billion people that is in the world. And if you ever think that you are the only person that was thinking that way, it don't work like that. We're special, but we're special in our own right. But another man did I think about that. Another person do that already. How you can own it though? That is the thing.
I was gonna ask, man, as you develop in your craft, right? Do you get? I know you tell the stories about grandma in childhood, right? But are you getting more comfortable actually sharing your current self or your current struggles in the stand up?
Yep.
When did that start?
I feel like it start with maturity. It start with me. The first thing I used to do, I used to just talk about what I think will be relatable. But what I think will be relatable is what everybody find relatable. So now, how can I get these relatable stories to resonate with everybody, but to show up my personality? That means I have to share more of me. So now I am talking about what I experienced in America. Now I am talking about, oh, this is what I learned from my white friend. This is what I learned from my black friend. This is how this made me feel. This is why I am like this right now. This made me cry. This made me laugh. And when you get that flexibility to express yourself, when you start stepping out of that like box, people really appreciate it more. And that is the beauty of comedy. The beauty of comedy is that I can go on a stage and I can talk about my darkest moment and make that funny. I can change my reality that put me in a dark place and watch my dark place put smiles on people's face in front of me. And that fuel me to keep on go harder and harder.
After living in California, right, and seeing how many successful people still feel empty, has that shifted how you define happiness and success?
It depends. What my version of happiness now, it changes. It's fluid. Because honestly, if I look at myself 10 years ago and see myself now, 10 years ago, I would say they'll make it. They'll accomplish so much things. Me see myself on Netflix. Me perform in front of 1,500 people in the UK. Me go Paris go do show. Me go France. Me there Idaho. Me go all over America. And me travel the world. So I would look at myself. Me meet my mother. Me meet my father. 10 years ago, me couldn't say them things here. So happiness fluid. No, I think the older me get is the more solitude me want, and the more structure me I try to bring with myself. So right now for me, happiness is going to be making other people around me happy. And I know that I just have some more work to do. So happiness for me right now is character building, understanding people around me, creating the infrastructure for your family, learning that, all right then, Dale, whatever you're doing right now, it's people need to benefit from it in a different way, you know, and taking control of your identity and not make people leading us. So me cutting my hair is happiness, you know, because nobody never forced me to do it. Me never cut me hair because me need a role and me did need the money or me need a job and them might say, yo, you have to cut it now, or, you know. Me cut me here because me wake up one day and me say, yo, you know, me feel like more let it go. That's a happiness for me right now. My ultimate life, me want can buy a house, I like Manhattan Beach, family, want a little dog when me not like, them like the dog though. And me go up on the beach and me play volleyball and I'm just all. And Christmas come and everybody. So that me I look for now. Happiness for me a peace of mind. Me no need for go no more party. Me no need none of them things anymore. Now me just want to work and cement myself in what me I do. I'm a profession and grow.
You mentioned Idaho, right? What was that experience like performing in Idaho?
Performing in front of them people. Yeah, like you see the thing is with people, you would think that my biggest fear was performing in front of non-Jamaicans because of the language barrier. And trust me, being in front of 1,000 people, nerves is there. But the nerves, what I feel performing in front of 30 people, 30 strangers, totally different from that nerves, you know. Because now I gotta think about how I'm gonna talk. Now they gotta understand me. And they gotta know I'm Jamaican. And I gotta speak in a certain type of way that they gonna know what I'm saying. And that was really hard. And when I saw them laugh, I'm like, yo, you got something here. Like, it gave me the confidence, because I'm like, I'm going in front of Jamaicans now, I got this. And the beauty is, I would love for anybody, if you're watching this, comment, if you're watching this, if you've ever seen me before, please comment your experience when you went to see me. That would be amazing.
You're touring more than most artists right now, right? Are you open to sharing? What's the formula behind that?
Touring?
Yeah, so much dates.
Work. That's the crazy part about it, you know, is not one of those dates that you see on the flyer was given to me. Is me reach out and ask for it. Hey, I want to go here. I want to go here. This is what I want to do. There's a difference. And thankfully, you know, I signed with Live Nation this year. So they're giving me a lot of dates, but it's dates that I inquire about. And then I am like, hey, I want to be in markets that I've never been before. So a lot of the times I would go places that I make no money. Like,
Just to plant that seed, though.
exactly, just to be there. And so it doesn't always have to think about profit. Right now I am playing the long game. My end goal is a different level, different look. And some of the time that don't mean making money. No. A lot of the time, some of the time we lock in to no. And we can cut off our hand for spite our face. Or something like that. However we did put that. But we probably get that wrong. But yeah. So my majority of my dates them is just work. It's just, hey, I want to go here. I want to go here. And we have to strategically put them where they need to be. But is work and is jobs and reputation. So I go somewhere, do well, sell well, funny, people enjoy themselves. The demand, people reach out, hey, we want him come back. You know, the relationships, the professionalism, hey, them talk to me, me on time, me do what I'm supposed to do. You know, the relationships that we build, it expand. It, trust me, it expand into a bigger than even I imagine.
And I want to ask in regards to structuring your jokes, right? Because things are being recorded. Do you keep like the same set? Do you have to switch it? How does that work when people are constantly recording you?
So Son of an Immigrant itself is a set.
It's a set regardless, all right.
Yes, so right now, we try don't get the people them to record it. For some reason, people don't care. People just don't care. A lot of the venues that I have, though, people can get them to stop. But if somebody a sneak like a little 30 second or whatever, it's not that bad. But when somebody come and try record like the whole show, that is the problem. But if somebody come and them like, I normally reserve time for them use it. So I say like, all right, the first 1 minute of the show you can record. After that, lock it off. Turn on your phone at the end. So we just have to do more structure. And what I know with people is if they go to the venues and they realize what time it is, depending on the structure, they act accordingly. If the venue loose and it look like them can get away with anything, people are gonna just do anything with them want. But what if them reach and them see too big security at the front and people are say, hey, may I go kick you out? Them comply. And at the same time too, we want to see our people on that stage too. So we must commend the support we receive from Jamaicans because, you know, just like with Cartel at the Barclays Center, it's very rare them can see a Jamaican comedian performing at some of these venues. A lot of the venues that I've been to, I am the first Jamaican to ever perform there.
And you know what's wild, man? And please correct me. But from what I understand, Jamaica is more like a play culture, but not necessarily stand-up comedy. I don't remember seeing any. I heard people making jokes about Jamaicans. I don't remember seeing a Jamaican stand-up comedian.
No man, there's a so right now, like even before me, there's White Yardie, there's Major Hype.
More recent. I'm talking about like historically.
Oh, historically,
It's more like a
with
play
the
vibe.
with the straight play. Oliver, one of my biggest influence them. Oliver, Titus, we do a lot of plays, and as we can see, that's why I say me have a plan. I have a plan, and these are just like the tip of the iceberg. The stuff me gonna get into, but always remember, don't try put Dale in a box. Dale I gotta do what Dale feel like for do. Me I release song what Dale, you know. Really, me have a song right now. Me I, with Niger boy, you know. Bad, you know, name Lover Boy.
I never knew if I got
See? But don't we not boxing yourself, man. We have to do what we want to do as long as we have the youth and the strength and the support from the people them, because that is important.
And what was the story behind the Maxi Priest Shabba skit?
So you see, the Maxi Priest Shabba skit was, so me I watch the music video. I say, yo, I can't do this, because somebody say, yo, you know Maxi Priest are your cousin. And me say, what do you mean? Him say, Maxi Priest, you know Maxi Priest named Alfred Elliott.
I got a wild family because Jacob Miller related to Maxi Priest too.
See?
Yeah.
So, me I say, all right then. I mean, that man will listen to Shabba hard. I love listen to Shabba. I love Shabba. So me I say, all right. This should have been the perfect parody. And I just want to do something different, something out of the box. And he's a friend. He's a videographer friend who me have me meet at LA. Canadian. I say, yo, me gonna rent this studio. And these are the props that we are gonna use. And me gonna remake the video. And while we are make the video, we knew. Me I make the video. Me I say, yo, this is going to break the internet into pieces. This is going to shatter the internet. But look out for more of them things that I chew me a tour now, you know.
You know what was so funny, Fire? When that house call video came out, that was the biggest thing ever. Because there wasn't a lot of dancehall videos on, like your BET and TV, right? And I just remember the whole outfits and the movement. And I think I dropped my phone when I saw it too.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth. But like, yeah, that joint was like, that was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of all the ones you could have picked, that was the perfect one. Yeah.
And it was a perfect one too. It worked with me here. Me have the Shabba personality, you know, mannerisms. But guess what? These are things where a lot of people might think about and are afraid to execute because they're afraid about what people might think. You know, someone are gonna say, oh, I'm not gonna hide up myself and wind up myself pan thing there. But we have to just beat that. So yeah, right now, me have how much shows? Me have like 4 shows left in August before me start do like more crazy content. Me I go New Jersey the 15th and the 16th. Me I do a show in New Brunswick. Me I go Albany, Syracuse, and Boston. Then me get like a time to do more social media. Then me go to Canada. But it's just spurts of comedy. I have to mix it because no matter what, end of the day, as good as my stand-up is, people remember me from a video them. And my video them have to keep on doing. I can never ever stop make skits. Never yet feel like a bigger than the thing I make you.